Welcome back, ladies. This week's live. Talking with a client this week, and we had a breakthrough because she keeps going back, starving on a breadcrumb diet. Her and I on this session got clear the framework, structure, like clockwork, how to make them chase. They had a little link up, interaction, disappointment, repeating the cycles over the weekend. Her and I had a session Tuesday. Today is Wednesday, live here with you. And she let me know this morning. She gets a good morning, beautiful, lovely, some type message like that, making them chase. That was enough to improve from the breadcrumbs coming before. How to make a man, and of course that's MGM, mature, grounded, masculine man, chase. Make him want to chase you. I'm going to take a step back and start with these basic fundamentals. Masculine leads, feminine follows. Let that sink in. I know. I get the comments. I get all the engagement. No matter what I'm talking about, no matter what the principles, it can be a trigger warning. But let's go deeper. Everything, every interaction, every text, every conversation, every date, every exchange sets precedent for the dynamic to be healthy. Ladies, begin with the end in mind. If you want a healthy dynamic going forward with a man in your life that you're interested in, that you see prospects in, he better be that MGM, mature, grounded, masculine standard. You'll want to get this healthy dynamic in place. We're talking about divine energy. That is my work. And with that, let me go ahead. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Masculinity Architect, coachduwaynelangham. I'm here to help you navigate sex, dating, and relationships with an understanding of men. I'm here as big bro. I'm giving you the inside scoop. I'm giving you behind the scenes. I'm giving you the secrets, the advice, the understanding to have you get what you want inside the filters of divine masculine and feminine energy. That is what I'm about. That's what we're here for. Why does this situation show up? Because of that. Masculine leading and feminine following. If that's not in place, if that's not a healthy dynamic, this is where I say begin with the end in mind, ladies. Future tense it. And we're going to cover this inside this discussion. Look 6 months down the road. Look 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. Say you get that man that you want, that you've projected your fantasies, your dreams, your goals, and if you followed my instruction, your ideals onto. And you know what? This checks out. This aligns. All right, I'm a yes for it. Let's go. But is he actually showing up like that? Or is that how you feel and hear about his potential out there that is not showing up, leaving you bridging the gaps, stepping up, initiating, moving things, taking breadcrumbs, feeding them to your fantasy, and getting drugged and strung along for a ride that you don't enjoy, and wasting time, more importantly, keeping you, that's right, YouTube, you, from the man, the MGM, mature, grounded, masculine man that matches with your ideals that you can ride off into the sunset with. That's why masculine leads, feminine follows them. Put you down and have you understand how to not get breadcrumbed, how to not get in a situation like this, because I know it happens all too often, ladies. Let's go a bit deeper, because I really want you to get the full psychology, because really it's not about him. We're going to get him. He's showing up clear as day. There's not much I can tell you about that, but I can start with you. You're who I'm helping now. You've got insecurities, validation seeking at least. Desire for companionship, all that you want at the end, the finish line, right? And that will hijack your taste. As soon as you get a taste, a tease of this could be it, that could be him, like the fantasy, the romance. I get it, ladies. Trust me, I totally understand. And you have to understand that can take you out of the game because it'll hijack you. The second you get that tease, you think the end is near, then you're starving on breadcrumbs. And before you know, you're in a situation complaining about him. But when we backtrack, and this is exactly what happened with my client, we look at how he was showing up. And if you stick to your alignment, your goals, your ideal, was there a gap? Likely, yes. That's why you're here on this discussion. Now we're going to talk about how to take a step back, assess the situation, and give room for his masculinity to show up when he's ready, in his time. You've got other things to do. You've got a life to be living. You've got your ideal MGM man to find. So I'm going to show you how to keep busy, how to keep away from the distractions, how to get off the breadcrumb diet. I know you're trying to get summertime fine, but this ain't the way to do it, trust me. He's not wrong for any of this, is what I'm saying. Unless it's intentional, which, if you've done your picking, if you've done your filtering, MGM status, he won't be. And even if he is, either way, he's just not ready or he's not for you. So keep it moving. The 5 steps I'm going to give you tonight will stand inside your power to make a man want to chase you, ladies. If that's something you're interested in, stick around because we got a hell of a discussion for you. But first, I will need you to do all the things, please and thank you. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit the like, share, subscribe, follow if you're not already. Doing lives every week, giving conversations just like this. Content 3 times a day over on TikTok, YouTube. You got the shorts. Every other day you got the long form. I'm giving y'all. I'm doing God's work, giving the people what they want. These conversations are by request. I'm either having the conversations with clients directly or I'm having the DM. Speaking of which, drop your comments, drop your questions down below. You've got questions, I've got answers. This is what I'm here for, ladies. Please take advantage. And thank you again for tuning in. By the way, if this is the first time you're hearing about divine energy, masculine, feminine, what am I talking about? Men and women? Is this one of those type conversations? No. Hear me out. Go ahead, head over to the Stand Store, check out the absolutely free ebook, won't cost you a thing, and that will give you the basics of what I'm talking about when I talk about divine energy, masculine and feminine, which we all have. I've got my divine, masculine and feminine. You've got yours. I'm not talking about the sex, the gender, fluidity conversations, all that stuff. I'm just talking about these universal laws that guide everything. And when you can put on the frames, the filter to see them through this, it will make your sex, dating, and relationships so much easier. It will make all of your relationships, familial, platonic, professional, doesn't matter what it is. When you can see this, it's like unseeing what's in the matrix and make everything clear for you. First things first, I want you to do this for me. Do me a solid, okay? And do this for yourself. Love being yourself and hear all of it, ladies, your single life. I know. It's not where you want to be. You're in the game to not be single. And the first thing you're going to tell me is to love being single. No, I'm saying love being yourself. Divine feminine energy is the being. What is life? And we'll get into it. I'm a little ahead of myself, but feminine also attracts. That's why he's not chasing, because you're not attracting. Hint, hint. So love being yourself, because with that, you will be giving off the energy. You will be broadcasting, feeling good, no matter where perfectly whole and complete as you are, child of God. However, if you're going out trying to cross the finish line, this is what has you starving on the breadcrumbs. This is what has you looking for promise and potential instead of what actually shows up. Progress, forward motion, a man leading, MGM standard in the building. So how will this serve you? It's going to curb your need for that validation and companionship. That's what's driving your decisions. That's what's driving the desperation. When that's not in play, you get to actually be you and use your sound logic and intuition, this divine feminine that is always talking to you, always guiding you. You're never making mistakes. You're just learning the lessons that you need to learn. But we can make that a lot easier by giving you access. So love being yourself. Love being you. You the shit, ain't you? Trust me. I work with high performing, high aspiring, very confident, independent, strong women, all that good stuff. And they come to me because they want to embrace and flow in their femininity. Why? Because polarity, attraction, mature, grounded, masculine man. In order to get that, these universal laws say we got to create some polarity. We got to create the attraction that draws them in. That's the core foundation of it. So as you saw the title of this, how to make a man want to chase you. Turning up the attraction. Love yourself. When you're giving off that energy of life is great. I'm fucking great. I'm smiling and happy. I'm open. I'm giving eye contact, warm, bubbly energy with the all of it, ladies. Whatever you got managing in your life, kids, life, work, family, stress, holding it down, whatever you're doing, wherever you are in life, dating, you have to love it for the experience of. Feminine energy answers the question, what is life? Answer that for yourself, ladies. The energy you give off when you're out and about, when you could be holiday approach, shooting shots, when you're scrolling through the apps, when you're out at a bar, go to restaurants all the time, sitting up at the bar, I see the young ladies, lovely, just got off work, coming in, get them a drink, get them a snack, sitting there with their phone alone, and I'm like, that is a great opportunity. The whole context being, if the energy you give off, is it shut off? I'm asking you the question. Is it shut down? Don't bother me. Don't disturb. Just got off work. Life's hard. I'm working and grinding. You haven't found a way to flip that switch. It's okay. There are practices to work on this stuff, but being aware of it, because that's what you're giving off. That's what you're putting out. And so make him want to chase. Does your life look attractive? Is your feminine flower blossoming by the side of the road for that masculine traveler to come by and be attracted and want to stop, sniff the roses, shoot a shot? That's what's working in this whole dance. Yin and yang, masculine and feminine. So another thing about loving being yourself and your single life, because it's going to keep you from the distractions, because you've got something to actually be vested in the experience. What did I say? Every exchange, every message, every interaction, it's all setting precedent. So if you're loving yourself through the whole thing, if you're loving your single life, the freedom, the experiences, the dates, the new conversations, the connections, the interactions, the fun, the play, if you can find that positivity and have that beaming out, that's a good time. That's what masculine is attracted to, wants that peace, wants that softness, wants to see your shining femininity. I had some content go out earlier talking about you never have to dim your light. This is exactly why. The places that your light are dimmed, it's not just about your confidence. It can be about the energy that you're putting off, your approachability, your openness, your warmth, and inviting. So loving yourself is going to make sure that you don't get distracted, and emotionally invested too soon where you see potential. You come across something like all the glitters ain't gold, and you're going to need to keep your picker dialed in. You're going to need to be tuned into your alignment and intuition. It's always going to tell you yes or no because it's being in what's here and now. Your ideals, that's something you've got in the background. That's something you've got an idea of, but that's not necessarily what's showing up. The being is with the exchanges, the messages, the phone calls, the video calls, the dates, the conversations. Being inside of all that, not your fantasy, not your dream of the future, not your hope that this will be it. This is your last first date, your last first kiss. This is the opportunity, and he is going to be the one. You can already hear the expectation starting to pile up. And when you add on emotion, like we say, get the feels involved. Oh, don't let no intimacy and sex get in the mix. It's a whole bag of problems. Off of a breadcrumb diet? No, you deserve better. That's what I'm here for. Love yourself. Love your single life. This allows you to properly assess his value in alignment with the right now. Along with, if you love your single life is dating. Your single life is open and available. Your single life is not exclusive until it becomes exclusive, until a masculine man, MGM status, is showing up, chasing you to give you the opportunity to take yourself off the market. So until then, you still remain open, available. Your femininity is open, available, welcoming, which allows him to sense that competition, which allows you to compare and contrast, not only for the alignment, but also to not be too attached, not be too emotionally invested. That's just number one. It's packed so deep. We're going to be going not too fast and hard. Anyway, another conversation. All right, number two, ladies, moving right along. Begin with the end in mind. Now, I touched on it earlier, but you really want to, when I say sets precedent, you have to fast forward these interactions. Really imagine, future tense, anything you're evaluating. How do you want to be treated, loved, led by your man, the one that's for you, that one that you're going to cross the finish line with? That's what you want to be constantly checking in with for every interaction. Sniffing for it. You want to develop. If you have already got it, great. A lot of the women I work with are developing the intuition, developing being in tune with that feminine. So it's not going to be second nature. And here's where it really gets distracting, especially if you're my type of client. The ones that I help are successful in achieving their dreams, accomplishing their goals, building up empires. They're powerful women. You're used to having things your way. You're used to getting things done. You're used to taking charge. You're used to being a bad bee and all those other things. This is a different arena because that masculine energy that you have, remember I said it earlier, that divine masculine has an intention. Dating with an intention. Do you hear the commonality? So that's where it's looking at those check boxes. That's where it's staying so logical, pragmatic, technical, to not be present in the experience and, oh, wait a minute, this guy ain't showing up for nothing. You're just looking at tall, dark, and handsome. You're just looking at his lifestyle. You're just looking at his bank account. You're just looking at his smile. You're just looking at other things and coming to the conclusion of this would be great and daydreaming, and you're not even here and present with what's shown up. He's barely called you. He hasn't picked up the phone. He hasn't invited or led you to anything. You initiated and created all this over here. And that's where the disappointment, that's where the upset. So excited that you got another chance, you got another opportunity. He's going to be the one, he's coming through, but he's not. And when you look back in hindsight, it's clear as day. I want to catch you ahead of that. So again, begin with the end in mind. Constantly be checking in for your alignment. Get in tune with not only your ideals, then learn to listen for, if you haven't developed it, your intuition. Inspired, in spirit. This is all from the inside, and it's going to tell you how to go. How's it going to tell you that? Does it feel good? When you think, I'll take a side note to create, right? Your ideals. When you think of your ideals, it's what makes you smile. It's what lights you up, makes you want to go forward. Yes, I want more of that. And that's exactly what you're listening for the feeling of from what's present in the moment. Not up here. Not that you matched. Not that he reached out. Come on, a phone call right now? That's what happens when you're live. Not that he reached out. Not that conversation got started, sparked, not the potential impossibility, but how does he show up? What is he actually doing? So whenever that heartbreak, upset, starving on the breadcrumbs, not getting enough of what you need, not getting your needs met, let go of the possibility, let go of the potential, and be with what is here right now. Be with the actual progress. Be present. And it might be disappointing. If that's the case, that's what your feminine is telling you. Your divine feminine is telling you that's not in alignment. We got a big ass gap the size of the Grand Canyon to get where we need to be to actually enjoy this interaction and have this actually go the way that we want it to go. Let's not waste any time, shall we? All right, number 2, ladies, moving right along. Begin with the end in mind. Now, I touched on it earlier, but you really want to, when I say sets precedent, you have to fast forward these interactions. Really imagine, future tense, anything you're evaluating. How do you want to be treated, loved, led by your man, the one that's for you, that one that you're going to cross the finish line with? That's what you want to be constantly checking in with for every interaction. Sniffing for it. You want to develop. If you have already got it, great. A lot of the women I work with are developing the intuition, developing being in tune with that feminine. So it's not going to be second nature. And here's where it really gets distracting, especially if you're my type of client. The ones that I help are successful in achieving their dreams, accomplishing their goals, building up empires. They're powerful women. You're used to having things your way. You're used to getting things done. You're used to taking charge. You're used to being a bad bee and all those other things. This is a different arena because that masculine energy that you have, remember I said it earlier, that divine masculine has an intention. Dating with an intention. Do you hear the commonalities? So that's where it's looking at those check boxes. That's where it's staying so logical, pragmatic, technical, to not be present in the experience and, oh, wait a minute, this guy ain't showing up for nothing. You're just looking at tall, dark, and handsome. You're just looking at his lifestyle. You're just looking at his bank account. You're just looking at his smile. You're just looking at other things and coming to the conclusion of this would be great and daydreaming, and you're not even here and present with what's shown up. He's barely called you. He hasn't picked up the phone. He hasn't invited or led you to anything. You initiated and created all this over here. And that's where the disappointment, that's where the upset. So excited that you got another chance, you got another opportunity. He's going to be the one, he's coming through, but he's not. And when you look back in hindsight, it's clear as day. I want to catch you ahead of that. So again, begin with the end in mind. Constantly be checking in for your alignment. Get in tune with not only your ideals, then learn to listen for, if you haven't developed it, your intuition. Inspired, in spirit. This is all from the inside, and it's going to tell you how to go. How's it going to tell you that? Does it feel good? When you think, I'll take a side note to create, right? Your ideals. When you think of your ideals, it's what makes you smile. It's what's lights you up, makes you want to go forward. Yes, I want more of that. And that's exactly what you're listening for the feeling of from what's present in the moment. Not up here. Not that you matched. Not that he reached out. Not that, conversation got started, sparked. Not the potential impossibility, but how does he show up? What is he actually doing? So whenever that heartbreak, upset, starving on the breadcrumbs, not getting enough of what you need, not getting your needs met, let go of the possibility, let go of the potential, and be with what is here right now. Be with the actual progress. Be present. And it might be disappointing. If that's the case, that's what your feminine is telling you. Your divine feminine is telling you that's not in alignment. We got a big ass gap the size of the Grand Canyon to get where we need to be to actually enjoy this interaction and have this actually go the way that we want it to go. Let's not waste any time, shall we? Number 3, if the progress has stalled or the pace is lacking, withdraw and give space for his pursuit. This is the power play, ladies. I really need you to pay attention. If you can imagine, metaphorically, right, energetically how things are going along, you're getting linked up, starting to talk, connect, maybe set up a date or two, and things have stalled. They're slowing down. It's not moving. Maybe he's busy, maybe he's traveling, maybe there's other options. He's doing the same thing. You're both single. There's nothing confirmed here, right? Part of the problem. But if that's the case, how can he chase? This is what I had to address with my client. She couldn't understand why again, and again, she was embarrassed, upset, and I understand why it's not your fault. That's another thing. Let me just stop, set to the side, and tell you, this is not your fault. You're learning your lessons on your side for your journey, how things need to go for you to get to cross that finish line. Your divine feminine is always going to navigate you with every interaction, yes or no. Is it aligned with your goals? Alignment, yes or no, just that simple. If his lead or lack thereof leaves you with less than, and that's what has you upset, that is going to feel some type of way. And as you feel some type of way, don't make yourself wrong. Don't even make him wrong. It's not a wrong situation. It is a lesson, because that is your divine feminine talking to you, telling you, nah, girl, this ain't it. This ain't that finish line. You're not happy. He's disappointing you. He's wasting your time. He's not ready. He's not finished. He's not done cooking. Give him some time. Let him come back around. Cool it off. But if you're so close off of the breadcrumbs, you're chasing right up his ass because, breadcrumbs coming out the hole in his pocket or whatever it is that you're getting. You're just hungry right behind him. Where's the space? How can he turn in your direction and chase if you are right up under him at every inkling? Good morning, beautiful. Oh my God, I'm free this week. What are you doing? When are we getting together? I know. It's all that excitement. That's what I want to get control of. Put you in the seat where you can see it, take a step back. That's where it lost control. What was the last interaction? Oh, you need him to show up more. Oh, he's not committed. Oh, he's not leading. Oh, this, that, and the other. That's what you need to stay with. And until he shows up with something more than the breadcrumb. Hey, beautiful, what are you doing tonight? You got plans Thursday? Hey, I got tickets here. Why don't you get a nice outfit? I'd love to see you in that black shoes I saw before. Be ready about 7. I'll pick you up. Plans, leadership, initiation, masculine. Boom. That's a whole different story. That's something you can, yes, I'm for that. That's an alignment. That sounds like my ideals. That's when you make that move. That's when it's okay to go with him. If that's not the case, this is where you want to pay attention here. If he's not pursuing, you have to give him the space to. So you need to pull back, withdraw. I'm not playing any games here. I'm not teaching you any kind of strategies. These are the divine energy. Same thing with the men. I don't teach them strategies either. I teach them how to be mature, grounded, masculine men. Set the standard, MGM. Once they hit that, everything else is natural. That's what I love about my work, is I'm all about the all natural type shit. So when you give a step back, now he can chase. Now he can, more than look in your direction, he can actually take some steps towards you. He needs to pursue. Now, why is that? Masculine energy is forward progress. Say it with me. Masculine. Didn't say the man, not the sex or gender. The masculine. And remember, we're setting precedent for 2 years down the road, 5 years down the road, 20 years down the road. Do you want to survive on breadcrumbs for the rest of your relationship, for the rest of your life, if y'all cross that finish line? That's the precedent that's being set. If he doesn't have room to pursue you, if he doesn't have the initiative, if he doesn't have the capacity, and you wouldn't know these things if just on a breadcrumb you are up his ass. Now, if he's got space, if he feels you withdraw, by the way, you don't treat him any kind of way with this. He hasn't done anything wrong. You're not wrong, he's not wrong. It's not a zero-sum game, winners and losers. Everybody's out to win. You've got other options. You've got a life to live. He's got his situation going on. Until you two merge together, you're nowhere near the space to worry about any of that shit. So give him some time to cool off, let the Rolodex flip and go on to the next one, or just be enjoying yourself and your life. You'll have plenty to do. So how do you let things cool off? You recognize masculine is forward progress. I say that to emphasize, if his masculine's not showing up, but things are still going, you're still talking, you're still having dates, you're still ready and available for him, that means your masculine is in the space. That's precedent. Do you want a man that, should this become a relationship, should this become a marriage, should this become a family, you are always having to initiate. You are always, we're going to talk about that next. Not the invitation, but the initiation, the forward progress, masculine energy. So you have to ask yourself, honestly and truly, did you initiate? Are you the forward progress? Is it your masculine energy leading, or is his? That movement, the attaining, I want to get this thing. Do you hear that? I said I'm going to tell you how to make him want to chase you. Well, when you give him some space, when you're not up his ass, when your feminine energy is not available, I'm not blaming you for anything. I'm just telling you, when you're right up behind him trying to get that next breadcrumb. And I know the psychology. Well, if I do the right thing, if I say the right thing, if I make it more promising, if I put the, it's behind his leadership. It's not where you want it to be because he hasn't done it yet. It's not a fault thing, because he's perfectly whole and complete in his world. He's got to learn and go through his lessons as well. If he misses a good thing, oh well, maybe he'll be better for it for the next one, or maybe he'll come back around, grow up sometime. But that's not your job. That's not your fault. And it's not his either. Don't treat him any kind of way. Don't do any kind of thing. Why? Because again, if you're loving your single life, if you're loving yourself in your single life, then when he gets a slice, when he gets the opportunity, when he gets to experience you by phone, by message, he's going to pick up that bright, beaming, beautiful energy, that soft, feminine energy. That's going to make him want more, make him want to chase. I'm telling you, I'm laying out the playbook for you. Feminine is the attractor. Masculine is the pursuer. So he may be the type of man that lays around in his feminine. He may be the type of man that allows you to step in and initiate. Maybe he's mastered the invitation. I'm getting ahead of myself in the steps. But the whole context is that sets precedent. And unless you want that to continue, unless that aligns with your ideals, if it does, great. There's no discrimination here. It all works. And I'm just laying down. If you are a feminine woman, if you're looking to embrace your divine femininity and you're looking to have an MGM status, mature, grounded, masculine man show up, this is how you make him want to chase you. So, and I say that all inside of that power play because I understand polarity, attraction. His masculine energy is attractive. You're drawn into him, understandably so. Opposites attract. However, you've got to not make the mistake. Make him pursue you. Take action. You can be drawn with your gaze and your attention for him. Just don't let that draw in your effort, draw in your energy, draw in you doing all the work. That's what we got to prevent. Number 4, master the invitation. And here with absolute, please hear me, ladies, please hear me on this. Avoid initiation at all costs. And it can be very subtle. Do not, I'll tell you how to do it, right? First step, playful, fun, flirty. Let every interaction when you'd like things to progress, whether that's take my number, whether that's a phone call, you should call me, whether that's invite me out, make everything fun, playful, and flirty. Make everything, oh, it'd be nice. Like, here, I'll give you the energy. When you are comfortable with the guy, when he is the right guy, when things are right, the vibes are good, there's that invitation, right? Why don't we, you want to come upstairs? Why don't we take this to the bedroom? Like, when that energy is present, that's the same thing you're flirting with. Oh, it would have been so much nicer if you were here. Oh, I'm going to be off Friday, but I haven't figured out plans yet. Master the invitation. Never initiate. Oh, well, what are you doing Saturday? No, why is that your business? No, but you, huh? No, that's, let him lead that. So you're giving the space for, if you're a few steps away, it always leaves him to make up that distance. Yeah, I haven't figured out what I'm going to be doing Friday. I don't know if I'll get a bottle. My girl's talking about this. Me and my dog might just chill. I haven't really figured out yet. I'm not sure. Pause. That's it. If he is not stepping into, oh, I just found out I'm not going to be working Friday. Oh, it'd be so nice if we were spending time. He's telling you about his schedule. Same thing. The invitation, letting him know you are open, letting him know you are available, but you are not letting him know arrangements. Oh, I've got a party on Friday night, the blah, blah, blah. Oh, great. What's the number? I'll come join. Nah, what? That's your date. How did you, Do you get what I'm saying? So subtly it can flip. So you have to avoid initiation at all times. Your business is your business. What you're doing is what you're doing. And here's why, ladies. It's not a power play. The fact is you want to be led. Masculine pursues, masculine leads by giving you an experience. If you let him know your plans and he can join along, or you'll be on this side of town and if he's free to, that's all initiation. That's all the same shit he needs to be doing over there. And if it doesn't show up, that's where the breadcrumbs, the little bit of attention. Oh, I feel like coming out this weekend. Oh, great. That's an invitation from him. What the fuck are you supposed to do with that? So make sure to master the invitation ever so subtly. Never initiate. So he needs to lead. Why is that? Well, this is a demonstration. Like I said, him giving you the experience, him giving you the lead, him giving the forward progress. That's how you know. That is the validation, is that he's taking the initiation, that he's putting himself out there, that he's being vulnerable, that it's clear. There's no breadcrumbs here. He sets a date. He's letting you know he'd like to schedule. Don't give him no arrangements of what you're doing. Let him inquire for that. Let him step into that. Let him initiate that. What are you doing? Did he ask? If he didn't, put it away. Because that's when he's making plans. That'd be great. Well, whenever you're ready, let me know. We can put something together, coordinate. But don't come with the, I'm off Friday. I'm going to be on this side of town Saturday. Yeah, Let him know you're available. I'm available for what you have in mind. Let me know. Here's why. Gauge his capacity to give you an experience that makes you want more to proceed further. See, these 5 simple steps are power plays. You will never be chasing off of breadcrumbs. You will never be caught up a man's ass who is not even looking in your direction, who is entertaining other options, or just too busy. Again, not making it wrong. Let's not paint a narrative. Let's not put any extra drama or anything to it. It doesn't need to be there because you're fine. Going back to number 1, inside your life, loving yourself, and you're single. So loving this phase and chapter of your life of being single, because this is the process, ladies. This is an important part I want you to know and appreciate. Your divine feminine is full of enjoyment. Enjoy in myself, enjoying yourself before anything else is added in. You're perfectly whole and complete. So with that, with you enjoying this part of the process, ladies, it's not work to get a man. It's not work to get a relationship. It's work in a relationship. This is just the first part. You got to work on you. And it's the same thing on the other side for him. Same thing with the men. He's got to work on him to be eligible, to be ready, to be in position, to be healed. Same thing for you. You've got to do the same things on your side. So when you do get together and that merging is actually happening, now is the beginning of the next chapter that you do together. That merging doesn't just happen. Two infinite beings, two perfectly whole and complete children of God don't just jam together. It's perfect. We're set 50 years down the road, celebrating 30-year anniversary. No, it's going to take work. It's going to have disagreements, conversations, uncomfortable conversations if it's a healthy dynamic. And inside of that, like just understanding the totality of the process. I want you to get that aspect of life. This is why I'm big bro for you, because we can get caught up in the Disney, finish line, the movie, the propaganda, the thought and ideal of when that is fulfilled, when you cross the line, when you get married, when you find the man, when you find the relationship. That's just the beginning. It's still going to be a journey. So just accepting that, accept where you are in the journey, because that's the energy you're giving out now. That's the energy that's going to come back later. What we got here for the comments? Sounds like breadcrumbs. 5-course meals. That's what I'm talking about. Honey Love knows it. All right. Gauge the capacity to give you an experience. That's the first piece. Gauge his capacity and let him fail or succeed on his own merit. Have you ever had it there? You're not initiating, but maybe his leadership isn't quite there and you just want to boop, just help them across the line. Again, fast forward 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, 20 years. Do you want to have to boop, push your man across the line? No, he's going to be the leader for life. He's going to be helping y'all's family. He's going to be building legacy. He's going to be building an empire, hopefully. But if he's somebody who, so that's why I say you're in your head to that figment of your imagination, the fantasy, the finish line, what you're looking for, but not being present with what's actually here. Oh, you ain't done this before. You ain't got a lot of experience with this, huh? Like that's masculine. Masculine energy has to have the courage. You've done it in your work life. You've done it in your life when you have to lead. You've done it when you have to lead your kids. In the relationship dynamic, his masculine has to have the courage, the risk, to shoot the shot, to make the date, to fuck it up even. That's the biggest thing. Conversation about letting a man lead. When you understand, the hardest part about that is that you have to trust and let go. To let a man lead, you have to trust that he will do it right, a way that you will like, something that will please you, something that will satisfy you, something that aligns with your preferences. Trusting him enough to let it go and to let it not go that way. Because even in the failure, the fuck up, how does he handle that? You wouldn't know if you never see it. If you help him inch across the line to get there, if you help him out, you don't know his capacity. You don't know if he gets frustrated. You don't know if he gives up. You don't know if he's soft. You don't know his resilience. You don't know his determination. He needs to lead. This is an audition. This is what you're auditioning. He's auditioning you to see if you're compatible, see if you can follow, see if you're on board with his train, his North Star. Both sides of the coin. I help all. I want everybody to win. These are the parts that are at play. So he needs to lead. You need to see and gauge his capacity in these different areas. You also get to observe his vulnerability, his humanity. Does he fuck up? How does he handle things? How does he communicate? How does he recover? How does he pick it up? Because you're just as human. You put your pants on one leg at a time. So getting the chance to experience that only happens when you allow him to lead. Not only that, you get to then also look to see where you can potentially, I say that right up front, disclaimer, potentially, don't get ahead of yourself, don't get emotionally invested, but you potentially get to see where you can complement his life, where you two can be compatible for each other. Setting precedent, because every exchange, every text, every message, every voice call, every action, everything sets precedent. And so if you start early, not letting him lead, not letting your hand off the wheel, not trusting, responsibly, ladies. Just because he's a man doesn't mean you just give that to him. But again, if he's showing you the things that I'm talking to, or the lack of, because this is the fixer script, but if he's showing up, MGM status, mature, grounded, masculine lead, give him some trust. Give him the opportunity. Have a problem with trust? That might be something you need to heal on your side. Some people start with the bar at absolute zero. Show me you deserve some trust. Some people give away the world. As soon as you show up, I trust you. Child of God, right? We brothers and sisters. There's a middle ground, right? But it might be something that you have to work on for yourself. But it is required because you have to trust him to be on his team. You have to trust him to follow his lead. How else is a relationship going to work? Please don't let us get into a back and forth about who needs to lead or power plays. And I just want to help you get what you want. So ideally, if you want a mature, grounded, masculine man in your life, in your relationship, it's going to be best to have him lead. And last but not least, if he's not leading, put things on ice. Put him in rotation until something you want more of shows up. This is how you make him want to chase you. Don't do really good. Feminine is the being. Don't do anything. There's nothing for you to do. This is not your responsibility. Why? Again, to number 5, because he needs to lead. If it's his lead, you're off the hook. You're not responsible for anything but yourself as a grown-ass person. Don't take that the wrong way. But as you're responsible for yourself, anything that happens with y'all. Well, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you come by? Well, I said this and this. Any type of rough patches, complications, that is all on him for his masculine containment. As a masculine, mature, grounded, masculine man, how do I lead the conversation that we've got a communication breakdown? How do I lead the conversation that my lady is upset? How do I lead the conversation? The containment and ownership that while you're with me, give me a hand. Get out the street. Stand on this side. Ownership, responsibility, that doesn't come to you, the feminine partner. Now, if you want a feminine man, go ahead. Don't worry about it. You're on the wrong live. Go ahead and hop off. But in the meantime, if what you're looking for is a mature, grounded, masculine man, he needs to lead. Let's recap it, ladies. Starting back from the beginning, love being yourself, loving your single life. Begin with the end in mind. Set precedent for how you want to be treated, loved, and led by your man with all interactions. If the progress is stalled out, if the pace is lacking, withdraw. Give him space to pursue you. Number 4, master the invitation. And at all costs, avoid any form of initiation on your part. Last but not least, needs to lead. Ladies, it's been lovely as always. Another beautiful week. Make sure, right, if you want to get more insight into my whole dating philosophy and everything, head on over to the store. After you pick up the free ebook, I also have the dance, Mastering the Rhythm of Love. This is all about all these little points I'm touching on. This is all about how that relationship acquisition, dating, moving into relationship, escalating, maintaining the relationship, the long haul. What did I say? 2 years, 5 years? All of that is in this book. Go to the store, check it out. In the meantime, share this with somebody you know could use this message, needs to hear it. Spread the word so we can keep growing. Give it the like, give it the thumbs up, give me the comments, questions. In the meantime, wishing you the best, only success. I'm going to be right here being the best version of myself, one could say, beyond empowered. Question is, ladies, who are you going to be?